Did you hit start yet?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, this is Morris Anderson. Am I in the picture?
Yes.
Are you making sure I'm in the frame?
Yes.
Are you positive?
Yes.
All right. I have Layla helping me make a video today. We are down here in the Gargoyle kitchen. We are doing some Gargoyle goodies. It's a Friday after school, so it's time for something good. And here, can you zoom in on that little lady? How does that look? Okay. These are like chocolate drizzled churros is what it is. So first thing I do is I take some tortillas. All right, you get the tortillas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you just cut them into strips. While I'm cutting, okay, there we go. We will safely put them in our basket. And I like to kind of mix it up a little bit. All right, and in it goes. Shake it around to make sure it all levels down inside. Now, we have our powdered seasoning. Let's switch back. Right. This is nothing more than just powdered sugar and cinnamon. Am I in the picture?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
There we go. Okay, so powdered sugar and cinnamon. When it comes out, we will dip it in there and it absorbs all the oil and it sticks really, really good to my crispy thing. And then all you do, okay, we actually made, this is our homemade syrup, which is a cup of sugar, I think it's a half a cup of cocoa powder.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Yeah.
And I think it was 1 or 2 cups of milk. I'd have to get the recipe, but yes, we made this chocolate drizzle ourselves, and it is really good. Kills Hershey's, and it's a lot less expensive. All right, well, we are waiting for those to cook. The next question I've been having people ask about Dragonize is, how do you buy them? Okay, so this last week I talked about the CIK number, which you can reference to Google, and it will prove that we have gone through the proper steps to be legal in selling these shares. So yes, the Securities Exchange Commission knows we are selling the shares. And then I talked about how do we generate our revenue, mostly through advertising and as well as we get going through the Institute portal. Now, how do you make money? Well, 2 ways. And I have a pamphlet, it's up online as well. You either make it through what's called intrinsic value. So when you buy something, what is the price you're paying for? So right now we are at 10 cents per share. And you do have to do a minimum of $50. That is something that we wrote into the papers with the SEC to get done. Okay, let's still have a few more minutes. So I got more time to talk. And the second way is I wrote it into our bylaws that 50% of the profit minimum goes to dividends every quarter. So every 3 months, we say, here's our profits. So of course, here in the first years, you ramp things up. Profits, probably next to nothing. So for now, on a short term, the intrinsic value increase is what we're going to look for. As soon as we sell this $900,000 worth of shares, we close this particular circular. We will give shareholders a window of opportunity. If they want to sell their shares, they get first right of selling at 50 cents. We do have plans, and I believe they'll go very good, to do a second circular for the next phase. I'm not going to get into that because that's just way too much overload for now. So let's see, how are these looking? Still a little bit too soft, not quite crispy enough. So 2 ways to make money: intrinsic value and dividends. Just so you know, board members do not get paid at Dragonize Studios, Institute, and Inc. We get options, and we only make money when the company makes money. I did not like when Lee Iacocca made, like, I think it was $24 million, and he tanked the company. He killed it. No, we don't do that here at Dragonize. So if we aren't profitable, if we're not efficient with our funds and raising the money and making profits, cutting our expenses, then we don't get paid either. So being, of course, the major shareholder of the, and incorporating the corporation, that is a big deal to me. So I do want profits, and we are going to work hard to get those. And how do you buy these shares? Well, first off, you can only spend up to 10% of your annual income. So if you make $100,000, SEC says you are only allowed $10,000. And of course, you can just do the math in increments up or down depending from where you personally are. And make sure you do not overinvest yourself. I do believe we can be the next Yahoo, the next Home Depot, the next, remember the internet stocks going back in the late 90s into the early 2000s before the bubble bust. Okay, those look like they're crispy enough. Do those look good?
Yep.
All right, we're going to let those drizzle, let all the oil drain out of that. So, so find a amount of money that you are comfortable in spending. Do not go into your dangerous zone. I encourage you that. That's part of the goal process too. You can take the goal process course online while you're at it. So, go to dragonize.org. You do have to create an account. There's the About tab. When you go to that, there's a column on the left that shows up. Actually, this would be left for you guys because it's reverse, huh? But anyway, on the side, it says purchase shares. And it will let you purchase a minimum of 50 up to as much as you are comfortable with. And I still suggest be careful in how much you choose to do, because there is risk implied. You can read all the SEC papers, and it says every single risk that's possible in there. So, and we're doing this to make gains, of course, but greed also kills gains. All right, I think that is shaken enough. You see any more dripping, Layla?
Not on the camera.
Okay, I can still see it dripping. All right, then we take these and we mix them. There's a little bit of a trick. Where'd my fork go? That's a spoon. That's a knife. I'll just use the spoon. All right, so the trick is to get underneath and start dumping it on and rolling it over.
I made a mess.
Did I make a mess? Don't put that on camera. Am I on camera?
Yes.
Am I really in the camera?
No.
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm making sure they're watching you mix.
All right. Well, you're trying to get the messes. You're trying to catch my messes.
No, I'm not.
Well, then zoom out.
Zoom in, man. Zoom in.
All right. And once we get to that point, now step back so I got room. Okay, we'll dump it on with this other one. So now that they're nicely coated in the powdered sugar and cinnamon. Yeah, does that look awesome, dude?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Add that onto the previous batch. Get my fingers.
Just wasted very little.
I wasted powdered sugar. I did. Okay, now you can zoom in on this part. Dry my hands. Oh, I don't know why, but watching chocolate drizzle, there's just something soothing. Doesn't that just look yummy?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do more. That's not enough. Ooh, there we go. All right, and the best part.
Eating it.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff. Yeah, that's what they say. Awesome sauce. It's chocolate. All right, so from the Gargoyle kitchen, we got our Gargoyle treats. Now you know how to make one of our little Gargoyle secrets. And you now know how to go to dragonize.org, buy your shares, believe greatly, achieve greatly. Can I say it?
Believe greatly, achieve greatly.
Awesome.